So the mass deportations continue, and no, they aren't focusing on the violent criminals like they said they were. They were focusing on both documented and undocumented immigrants with no criminal history. And here is more proof of that. This is from Al Jazeera. Trump revokes legal status for 530,000 immigrants in the U.S. So these are people who came here from a certain program that Biden set up. So by all terms, they are here legally. They came through some semblance of a legal process. I want to clear up a few things on my views on immigration and the border. I support a very strong border, and sorry if you can hear my dog going crazy in the background. She has a toy. Um, I support a very strong border, but with that border, I support a very streamlined and robust process for people coming here legally. And not only does that disincentivize illegal immigration, it gets more people here legally so they're not waiting for years and years and years. We are a country built on immigrants. Immigrants are very important to this country, and we're going to look at something here towards the end of this video on immigrant crime rates in comparison to just natural born citizen crime rates. So, would I, under Biden, would I say I agreed with handing out refugee status in in the numbers of hundreds of thousands to millions? No, I don't agree with that. Okay. I probably would not have let this many people come here in the first place because we do have a lot of our own issues that we need to address first. But for the people who are already here, and these are, as we're going to read in this article, people here are under a protected status, temporary protected status, because the country they're coming from is in crisis. So the ones we already let in and came here in a legal way, if they're not committing crimes, I think they should be able to stay here until whatever's going on in their own country. A lot of these countries have issues directly because of our actions, by the way. So I just want that to be clear. Think about it. These people did come here legally. You don't have to agree with the process. You can say from here on out that process is over, which Trump has done. But to the people here, is it right if they aren't committing any crimes and they've been just working and paying taxes on things that they will never get in return? These people are just trying to live their life. You think it's fine to rip them out of their homes and send them back to a war zone? I don't think so. Where's the humanity? Have we just lost that? It's so easy for Republicans to just look and be like, huh, screw these people. Shouldn't have came here. Guys, the numbers on immigrant crime rates is... We'll get into it. Let's read this first. So, United States President Donald Trump administration will revoke the temporary legal status of 530,000 people, including Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans in the United States, according to a Federal Register notice. The move, the latest expansion of Trump's crackdown on immigration, is effective from April 24th and cuts short a 2-year parole granted to the immigrants under former President Joe Biden, and allowed them to enter the country by air if they had U.S. sponsors. So they were already on a ticking time anyways. That was already pretty short, and he's just going to cut it even shorter. How does this put food on your table? How does this improve your health care, lower grocery prices, improve your wages, lower crime, as we're going to get into a second? A group of American citizens and immigrants sued the Trump administration for ending humanitarian parole and are seeking to reinstate the programs for the 4 nationalities. Biden launched the parole entry program for Venezuelans in 2022 and expanded it to Cubans and Haitians and Nicaraguans in 2023 as his administration grappled with high levels of undocumented immigration from those nationalities. Diplomatic and political relations between the 4 countries and the United States have been strained. The new legal pathways came as Biden tried to clamp down on illegal crossings at the U.S.-Mexico border. Trump, who campaigned on a harsh anti-immigration line, took immediate steps to ramp up enforcement after taking office. including a push to deport record numbers of people who reside in the U.S. without official documentation. He has argued that the legal entry parole programs launched under his Democratic predecessor overstepped the boundaries of federal law. Projection, guys, projection. Trump is overstepping the boundaries of federal law on a daily basis, but yet he still feels comfortable to come out and say this about the Biden administration over everything he doesn't like, whether it be the immigration programs or the Biden's pardons because he used the freaking auto pen. And he called for their termination in a January 20th executive order. And his administration's decision to strip the legal status from 500,000 immigrants could make many vulnerable to deportation if they choose to remain in the U.S. And remember, these people will not have legal or any due process or any trial or anything before they're rounded up. And if they have, don't take my word for it, do the research. If they have even suspicious tattoos, they could earn themselves a ticket to El Salvador's freaking work labor camp. In a notice set to be formally published in the Federal Register on Monday, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security said revoking the parole status would make it easier to place these immigrants in a fast-track deportation process known as expedited removal. You guys need to stop taking the bait on this. This is not going to improve the problems that you're facing every day. It's not. Karen Tumlin, director of immigrant rights group Justice Action Center, said the Trump administration was breaking a commitment the federal government made to hundreds of thousands of immigrants and their sponsors in the United States, suddenly revoking the lawful status of hundreds of thousands of CHNV, Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans. Humanitarian parole recipients is going to cause needless chaos and heartbreak for families and communities across the country, she told the AFP news agency in a statement. Nicolette Glazer, an immigration lawyer in California, said the latest order would affect the vast majority of the 500,000 immigrants who entered the United States under the CHNV scheme. The chaos will be unreal. On March 6, Trump said he would also decide very soon whether to strip the parole status from 240,000 Ukrainians who fled the U.S. during the war with Russia. This is insane. I understand if you don't want to let more in while we deal with our shit and the hundreds of thousands we've already taken in. But to, get these people here, give them some semblance of hope and safety and security, just to strip it away without notice, that's just inhumane and cruel. In the meantime, Venezuela has reached an agreement to resume repatriation flights of immigrants from the United States. The Venezuelan government said in a statement Saturday, migrating isn't a crime and we won't rest until everyone who wants to return is back and we rescue our kidnapped brothers in El Salvador, the statement said. Yeah, because you have a lot of people, I don't know how much exactly, but it's coming out that the couple hundred people that we sent to El Salvador's work labor camp, where people die, get beat, tortured, sleep deprived, terrible conditions. There's cases coming out where a bunch of the people they sent have no criminal record or any gang ties or terror ties at all. They were just normal people. And they just happen to have tattoos that the ICE misinterpreted as gang tattoos. This is insanity. Absolute insanity. Republicans, please, this is not going to solve your issues. I agree with you that we should get rid of violent ones, but that's not what we're doing. For every violent one we deport, probably deport over 100 innocent people who, as we're seeing now, legal or illegal. It doesn't matter. And remember, being here illegally is a civil offense. It's a misdemeanor. A civil offense. It's not even a criminal offense. You think we should rip someone out of their home? This is just in general. This isn't directly relating to the temporary protected status, but just in general, you think it's okay to rip someone out of their home that's lived here for 20 years, has worked, paid taxes into a system they don't see the benefits of, and, has a family, has kids? You think it's okay to suddenly rip them away after 20 plus years and send them back, separate them from their wife and kids? You think that's okay if they had no crimes except for missing paperwork? You know what my solution is? You're going to call me a radical, but all these people who have been here for years and years and years and haven't done anything aside from just having missing paperwork, I would offer them a direct path to citizenship. This is how you do it. This is how you increase tax revenue, because deportation ain't cheap either. I agree, go after the violent ones. But what they're struggling to find is there's not hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands, millions of violent criminals here and murderers like Trump says. It's a fraction. So, I asked ChatGPT, our favorite MAGA consultant, what is the general crime statistics of undocumented immigrants versus documented immigrants versus U.S. citizens? Make this bulleted and precise. General crime rate comparisons. Undocumented immigrants commit crimes at lower or similar rates than U.S. citizens. Documented immigrants consistently commit crimes at lower rates than both undocumented and natural U.S. citizens. U.S. citizens have higher overall crime rates than both undocumented and documented immigrants. Key findings from studies from the Cato Institute. This is based on Texas data. Criminal conviction rates per 100,000. For a U.S.-born citizen, 1.4 thousand. Undocumented, 856. Documented, 344. National Bureau of Economic Research in 2020 said no evidence that increase in undocumented immigrants are associated with higher violent crime rates. Immigration overall has no meaningful impact on local crime rates. I don't remember the study, but I've also read that. Oh, wait. Is it from Pew Research and FBI? Cities with more immigrants, documented or undocumented. This is what I was about to say. I didn't even read this fully before I showed it to you guys. Tend to have lower crime rates. Lower crime rates. So this whole cracking down on crime and this is going to solve everything. It's not. It's not. You know how you solve issues? Give people health care. Give people higher wages. Fix our infrastructure. Not spending billions and billions on mass deportation. Incarceration rates. So, oh wait. Did I just read that? Is that a repeat? No, I'm just, yeah. Same thing. Unless this is like from the Cato Institute. Okay. Oh, okay. This is a 2018 study. We're just going to disregard this since this one appears more recent. So specific offenses, violent crimes and property crimes, immigrants, both undocumented and documented, are less likely to be arrested for these than U.S.-born individuals. Federal crimes, undocumented immigrants appear more frequently due to immigration-related violations, not violent or property crimes. So, I'm not just like doing this to be anti-Trump or like blindly pro-immigration. Obviously, again, I support a strong border. And where I differ with Trump on this is he also wants to close down legal avenues to get here. And I'm not even just talking about TPS, temporary protected status. He is closing down immigration offices around Central and South America that was to help kind of to just streamline the legal process to get here, you know, a visa, whatever the method is. And he's shutting them down. He's actively making it harder to come here legally. And I don't support that part. I support a strong border. You know, we have all these resources and manpower between the military and what. So yeah, crack down on the border. That's fine. I agree with that. But pretending like, you know, we need to go on this mass deportation spree of people who have already been here and haven't committed any crimes besides missing paperwork is just inhumane. And I wish people would critically think about that more. The impact it has on these people and their families when they've done nothing wrong. And again, I don't give a shit about the violent ones. Get them out of here. Focus on them. But people who haven't done anything wrong besides not having paperwork, coming here illegally, civil offense, by the way. I can't wrap my head around it. And I understand I'm in the minority now as far as immigration goes. And I'll accept that. But I think my position is moral and correct. Yeah. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next one. If you made it to this point in the video, I just want to give a special thank you. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button down below. And if you really enjoyed it, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button while you're down there. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I will try to reply to any and all comments that I can. Until next time, watch that video on screen.